What's happening with the Advisory 2? It's your boy Mike coming at you with the SmackDown Rundown. Had a great show last night live from MSG Madison Square Garden, the greatest arena in the world. Great SmackDown. Side note for the show start, Damian Priest was supposed to be on the show tonight. Well, yesterday. I'm recording this late. Another thing, I'm gonna get better, y'all. These rundowns coming out later than I wanted to. A little kind of things going on. Then there's a little bit of BS procrastination, but I'm a flush. We gonna get all that out of there. Trust me. Consistency is key. But yeah, Damian Priest got stuck on a plane. I saw that he got stuck on a plane, couldn't make the show. So all I'm wishing the best. I hope he landed home safe, got back to where he needed to go to. I hope wasn't nothing wrong. So prayers for Damian Priest. Got stuck on the plane. So, but I ain't heard nothing tragic. So good thing. So anyway, first segment, show kicks off with a bang, with a boom, with a boom. If I can do the air, I might boom. Show starts off with a heater, man. Starts off, the bloodline comes, the bloodline pulls up in the Escalades. You know how they do. They hop out. It's Solo, Tama and Tonga, and Paul Heyman. Tama caused up some problems last night too, because he had an MF t-shirt on, but the font was reminiscent of MJF's. Maxwell Jacob Freeman's. It looked like, but that's just on my song Twitter. I said I'll throw in here good. He had a little traction, but I didn't think it was a big deal. Anyway, the bloodline pulls up, gets out. Paul Heyman asks Solo, "Where's Jacob Fatu?" Solo just brushes him off. Solo and the bloodline continue to walk to the ring. They get the entrance music hit. They walk out on stage, but on the Titantron, you see the camera go back to the truck. You see another truck pulling up. Then Cody, KO, and Randy hop out. They on a mission. You know what they're here for. Last week, they got embarrassed. They got beat down. They on a mission. They come out there. They come to the stage. They face to face with the bloodline. They talking. Then all hell breaks loose. It's a brawl for all. They fight all over the arena. It's a melee everywhere. Cody and Randy fighting. Tonga found Tama and Solo in the ring. KO and Tonga in the crowd fight. KO and Tonga in the crowd fight. KO gets Tonga on the table, climbs to the upper deck of the crowd, dives off swanton through the table. It's one of them shows. It's a big show. We're gonna have these crazy moments. It was fire, man. It was fire. They got to fight. Then they run the bloodline off. They get in the ring. Nick Aldis comes out with security as Ross, the chosen one of my favorite YouTubers, by the way. As Ross says, a bunch of JAGs come out there. They get fucking demolished. One of them got in the ring and tried to defuse the situation. Randy got him with an RKO. They just started trading their finishes, all crosswords, stunners, RKOs all over the place. Then they get on the mic, cut a promo, basically saying the next Saturday the bloodline's over. They've been a thorn in their side for the last couple years. Randy mentioned how he got put on the shelf by the bloodline. He said Saturday it ends. Cody said Solo is not a tribal chief. He's just a seat filler bar. They get in. Then Nick Aldis comes back out with police. Police come out there, and they can't put their hands on authorities, so they're gonna do some real serious time. So they take him out there. So that's how the show started off, man. Started off with a bang. Started off with a real bang, man. And then we got a segment. This might have been after the first match or before the first match. It kind of got lost in my notes down right now for the shows. But it was a whatever segment. It was the Pride. They was asking for a match with the Bloodline, but Nick was like, I already gave them their time for the acknowledgement ceremony later for Jacob Fatu. I already gave them their time, so they can't give a match. Then Pretty Deadly returned. That was cool. A little small pop for that. Pretty Deadly came back. They started talking about a musical, whatever. The Pride said, "How about a beatdown? How about we whoop your ass?" You know what I'm talking about? Nothing. It's a video idea I got that's probably gonna come out. Man, Montez Ford is so good, bro. Every time he speaks, I really wish Montez, they would take in the Street Profits, let Angelo do, maybe send Angelo NXT, or let him do his own thing. Cause Dawkins is talented too. B-Fab can talk to Mike, but Montez is a star, man. I'm telling you, he amazing in the ring. His mic work is so underrated. It's amazing. He just need the proper way to display it. But anyways, we got a Pretty Deadly versus Pride thing. I think that's gonna be probably next week. That's probably gonna be a thing next week. So yeah, we got that to look forward to, I guess. If that means anything to you. But anyways, first match of the night, Women's Money in the Bank qualifier. Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton versus Candice LeRae. Pretty good match. I enjoyed it. It started off with Candice and Tiffany. Like they was jumping Jade because, you know, she's the biggest threat here. She's the powerhouse. She's the threat. Let's get her out. So they start working on her for a while, and then Jade gets the upper hand on them. You know, eventually, because that one will last that long, right? Jade gets the upper hand, hits Tiffany with a stiff. It wasn't a stiff kick. She ain't stiffer, but bro, the way that she super kicked her right on her shit, wipe the ass, wipe the feet off on her. That was a cool look. I like that. That was a cool look. Ooh, it made me like, I like, damn. But you know, so Jade starts dominating. She throws Candice out the ring on top of Tiffany. Nia Jax comes out. You know, Nia and Tiffany be having a thing. I'm gonna get my thoughts at the end of this. At the end of this match, I'm gonna get my thoughts on that. Nia comes out. Then you see Bianca Belair come out behind her. Then we go to commercial break. We come back. They going at it. Eventually, Jade gets thrown out the ring. Nia is approaching her like she's about to attack her. You know, Bianca stands up for her friend. She gets in her face. While Bianca's in Nia's face, Indy Hartwell comes out from the crowd, pushes Jade into the post. That knocks her out. She's out for the rest of the match. In the ring, we see Tiffany hits a BME on Candice. 1, 2, 3. Tiffany advances to the Money in the Bank ladder match as she should. She is the prohibitive favorite. Only thing, I see where they're going there. At first, I ain't really understand why they was having Nia win Queen of the Ring, and then they gonna like have this. Then they gonna like put her in this duo with Tiffany. I ain't get it at first. Now I understand why. Tiffany, I'm not giving my predictions yet. I'm saving that for the video. But like I said, she's the favorite by a lot of people. So I can see Tiffany Stratton winning the Money in the Bank, and then Nia winning the Women's Championship at SummerSlam. And now they being cool. And you know, I see Nia doing this to like try to get Tiffany on her good side so Tiffany will cash in on her. But little did Nia know, if Tiffany wins the Money in the Bank, Tiffany's going to cash in on Nia. That's so like, but I see why they doing it now. I see where the direction is going. If Tiffany wins this and then Nia wins the championship, they friends, but like, you know, she got the Money in the Bank. So, you know, that's going to be a little interesting. That's going to be an interesting thing for sure. Then we got a segment in the back where Paul Heyman was talking to Solo again. He was like, Solo, Cody, KO, and Randy have been removed from they've been removed from the arena. You know, can you please tell me where's Jacob Fatu? Solo tells Paul that Jacob Fatu is not here tonight, and he won't be. Those words out of his mouth, because he said since Paul said he was too dangerous, he's not going to be here tonight. Those words out of Solo's mouth. I want y'all to remember that he said he wasn't going to be here. So, second match of the night, men's Money in the Bank qualifier, LA Knight versus Santos Escobar versus Logan Paul. Smoke show. Absolute smoke show. You know what that means? A banger. Fire match. Best qualifier match we had out of all of them. These qualifiers really made me fall in love with triple threat matches again. It was cool, man. It was a good match. It started off, Logan came in the entrance. He brought out Tyrese Halliburton, you know, old heel pop. The Patriots beat the Knicks in the playoffs. And then Jalen Brunson was in the crowd. Like I said, they was in Madison Square Garden. So Jalen Brunson was in the crowd. So when Tyrese and Logan come down, we get a Halle versus Brunson stare off. I'm a basketball fan too, so that was pretty cool. I got a good laugh, chuckle off of that. And then both of them, I love both of these guys. Really love wrestling. They're actually wrestling fans. They living out their dreams. But yeah, so we get a Halle Berry and Jalen Brunson stare off. You know that Halle brushes them off. The match starts off, and it's the only qualified match really with some story. The rest is just like, okay, you gotta get some Money in the Bank. But this match has a little story. Last week, where you know LA and Logan they've been battling for the last couple weeks. You know, LA trying to get that United States Championship match. Logan's been denying him. That's probably gonna happen at SummerSlam. So we had that whole dynamic going on. Then Santos is there like, hey, y'all looking over me. I'm a threat too. So, you know, this match had a little story to it too. But, bro, the match gets underway. They're going at it. LA takes out Santos. Logan Paul hits LA with an alley-oop face buster. Logan, I like those. They're bagging a little deep. I'm starting to see you hoop. I'm starting to see you hoop. I'm really starting to see you hoop. I see it. I see it, Logan. I like it. I like that from you. So, yeah, you know, he busts out that. They trading pins. They trading big moves. They going at it, man. They just going at it. We get a spot. we get a spot basically where Santos is on the top rope. We get a spot where Santos is on the top rope. Santos and Logan on the top rope. Santos is trying to suplex Logan off. LA hops on the rope. You know, with his signature suplex, he hops on top of the ropes, hits Santos with a mean back suplex. Then Logan comes off with a swanton bomb on top of LA, gets a crazy near fall. It was 2.9. It was close, man. It was almost match. It was almost game time. But LA kicks out. Then we get, this is when Logan asks Tyrese, he asks Hallie for the brass knuckles. Hallie go get some. Then Jalen Brunson hops the barricade and he like, hold on, no, that's none of that's going on. So the refs are trying to separate them. In the ring, Santos, in the ring, Santos goes to roll up. No, it was Santos, yeah, it was LA and Santos. LA hits Santos with a BFT. Logan goes to roll up LA. LA rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. LA steals the victory. LA going to Money in the Bank. I don't think he's going to win, though. I don't think he's going to win that. I just think, like I said, it's building up to that match. But LA gets the win. He advanced to Money in the Bank. After the match, Halliburton and Logan about to jump LA. Apparently, Hallie has the brass knuckles on his hand. They're about to jump LA, him and Logan. When Jalen Brunson gets back in the ring with a steel chair, they run him off. You know, the cool moment, LA holds his hand up. You know, cool moment for the New York fans, the Knicks fans in Madison Square Garden. You know, a pretty cool moment. Can't complain. I liked it. Like I said, the match was a smoke show, fire match. So great match, great part of the show. Then we got a little segment with Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews, and Carmelo Hayes. And then, you know, Corbin and Crews just talking about who they thought was gonna win the match. Then Melo, who's in the match, walked up like, hey, don't forget me, you know, Melo's here. Then they make a little joke like, oh, Carmelo's here? Where? Anthony? Because, you know, they in the Madison Square Garden. Then Carmelo says, no, the only Melo who actually won a championship. I don't know why we take a jazz Carmelo Anthony for it, but okay, Melo. I like it. Melo. Good heel work. Yeah. Then we got a great video package for the late, great Sika and Hawaii. One half of the Hall of Fame tag team, the Wild Samoans. Also, Roman Reigns' father, who passed away, unfortunately, this week. You know, I'm sending my condolences to Roman Reigns, to the whole Hawaii family. I know how much Sika meant to them. That was one of the pillars of the family. Roman losing his father, all my condolences in the world to them, RP, as they go through this tough time. You know, RP Sika and Hawaii, definitely. Good. Third match, we get the women's Money in the Bank qualifier. Naomi versus Blair Davenport versus Andy Hartwell. This was probably the worst qualifying match out of all of them. And it wasn't the fault of no singular person. It's just, there's no chemistry here. It's Blair's debut match. It's her debut match. Not debut match in WWE. She's been in NXT. It's her first match on the main roster, so she's a little raw there. Andy's still a little green. And then they just not on the level with Naomi. And then, as it should be, Naomi gets the win. For the win, she advances. Not gonna get my prediction. Like I said, I'm not gonna get my prediction yet, but Naomi is somebody who I'm high on. I'll say that. Naomi is somebody who I'm definitely high on. It's funny how we got the best qualifying match of all the qualifying matches, and we got the worst on the same night, just 2 screens, right? But then, okay, so next segment, we go to the backstage. It's Baron Saxton. He's talking with DIY. They basically talking about they got a tag team title match next week. So Baron's asking them how they feel about that and all that. Tommaso mentions how 8 years ago they won the tag team championships in NXT in Toronto, and they're gonna be back in Toronto next week, Money in the Bank Saturday. So you know they're gonna be in Toronto on Friday as well. Then Theory walks up. Theory starts talking about how the last 2 weeks he's had time to think, and he's about to call Grayson Waller his best friend again. Gargano stops him. He's like, Theory, come on. He's using you to keep the championships. As they're talking, Waller comes up. He lays out Ciampa and Gargano. He's on top of Gargano that we get something interesting. Theory pulls Waller off of Gargano and says, come on, man. So I like this because 2 things. For one, DIY is going to be champions next week. Hopefully, if Triple H's booked this right. DIY is going to be champions. I love DIY. I love Gargano and Ciampa. They're going to be champions. And 2, Theory and Waller breaking up, a Theory-Waller rivalry I'm here for because Austin Theory is another guy I'm high on. I got him in that. You know how I said I was high on Montez Ford in a singles run? I'm high on Theory too, man. I feel like Theory he's young. Theory has a lot to offer. I like Theory. He can talk on the mic. He can wrestle in the ring. He has charisma. He gets reactions from the crowd. So yeah, this is going to lead to a championship reign for the DIY, and it's going to lead to a singles run for Theory. So I'm all for this. Good job. That's it. And then finally, to end the night, we get the Bloodline acknowledgement ceremony. Best part of the show. I admit, it was the best part of the show, man. It was great. It was great. It was great. Paul Heyman comes out with the Bloodline. Paul Heyman is about to talk to the crowd when Solo stops him. He does the reminiscent of Roman Reigns. He does the, like he asks for the microphone. Paul Heyman hesitates, but eventually gives it to him. And then also reminiscent of Roman Reigns, Solo says, he acknowledges the crowd, Madison Square Garden, acknowledge me. Like, whoa, Paul is like, looks distraught. Paul looks taken aback, like, whoa, Solo, you can't do that. Like, that's Roman's thing. No, Solo said, acknowledge me to the crowd. The crowd booed the hell out of him, of course. Then Solo asked each member of the Bloodline to step up and acknowledge him. Right hand, Tama Tonga, step up, acknowledge me. Tom acknowledge him. Infamous Tonga Loa, you step up, acknowledge me. He acknowledged him. The Enforcer, Jacob Fatu, you walk up, you acknowledge him. Also on Jacob Fatu, I skipped over it. His entrance, his presentation, fire. His presentation, fire. Fire presentation. His theme song is fire. The entrance with the flames, Caparo. Jacob Fatu has, I like how they present Jacob. But anyways, like I said, Jacob steps up, Jacob acknowledges him. Then Solo gets to Paul, and Solo wants to ask Paul. Solo asks Paul to acknowledge him. But before Solo asks Paul to acknowledge him, before Paul can get a word out, Solo pulls out the Ulafala, the lay of the chief, the tribal necklace that you see Roman Reigns and you saw his father and his uncle wear. The lay of the high chief, of the highest chiefs, the Ulafala. This, Paul is just like almost in tears because he's like, no, like this, none of this was like, none of this is supposed to be happening. So he grabs the lei and Solo is presenting himself for Paul to lay it on his neck. And then Paul says, Solo, I love you. And I acknowledge that you are not my tribal chief. And he just says, no, I can't do it. And Solo spikes Paul right in the neck. Boom, Paul sells the hell out of it. He's spitting up, coughing. He sells the hell out of it. Jacob Fatu goes to the top rope, jumps off, dabbing headbutt on Paul. The Bloodline has turned on Paul Heyman, and they are just destroying him. They go outside, they rip the announce table, they take all the covers and stuff off. They lift him up, and then Tama Tonga and Jacob hit Paul with a mean triple powerbomb. Another shot at Roman. There's so many. When Roman comes back, him and Solo have a conversation, man, because Solo has just been disrespected Roman, bro. But yeah, they triple powerbomb Paul through the announce table, and then Jacob gets the leg. He gets the Ulafala. He bestows it upon Solo himself, puts it on his neck, and Solo is, I guess, the new tribal chief now. And they end the show with the ones in the air. That's how it goes off, man. It's tough. It's tough. I just feel for Paul Heyman, man. But Paul Heyman, great. Paul Heyman made that segment with his reactions, his genuine reaction, his dedication to the story. Paul Heyman hasn't dyed his hair, and you can tell by the bags on his eyes he hasn't been sleeping. All this is to sell the effect of Roman Reigns not being around. That's why I love Paul Heyman. He is professional wrestling. He is. But what professional wrestling is, Paul Heyman is that. Out of all, it's a few guys you can put in your dictionary for the definition of professional wrestling. It's a few guys who picture you can put beside that for the definition. It's a couple of them, Ric Flair, Undertaker. These people like that you can put beside that when somebody says, what is professional wrestling? Paul Heyman is up there. All flowers to Paul Heyman for this. And then after the show on social media, WWE is starting to carry over on social media. After the shows, you see them load Paul up on the stretcher. I really want to see where this goes now. Because they kicked Jimmy Uso out of the Bloodline. Now Paul Heyman's been kicked out of the Bloodline. And it's just, Bloodline 2.0 is just running rampant right now. They're running rampant. They're dominating the show, man. And I just can't wait for, I think SummerSlam, I don't expect to see nothing We might see something big at Money in the Bank. Roman Reigns could come back at Money in the Bank. And then maybe The Rock comes back at SummerSlam, because I think The Rock is the high chief right now. That's what Solo's answering to. He's the tribal chief until he get back. I think Solo's answering to The Rock. But as said, Money in the Bank, we might see something, but I don't think we're going to see nothing that big. I don't think we could see Roman. But I think Roman will come back at SummerSlam, but The Rock got to come back at some point. So I don't think they'll come back the same night. I think maybe somebody's coming back at Money in the Bank. That's what I'm getting to. It's a lot. The story's too good for me to sit right here and try to make predictions. So we're going to get there when we get there. But like I said, great show last night, man. The only complaint I can have is Fox. Stop with the censorship, bro. So many times last night the screen will black out because somebody in the crowd may had a sign that may have been too offensive to some people, or the crowd be chanting like holy shit, or just like using curse words, and they'll mute the audio, and you will just have like big chunks of promos missing. The promos missing, man, just missing. They OD, bro. They OD last night with the censorship, bro. I like, good Lord, Fox. Like, if that's how y'all act, I can't wait for SmackDown to move to USA in October, because golly, man. But anyways, it was a great show last night, man. Great show. I'm excited. I'm excited for next week, because I really want to see what's going on with this bloodline situation. I'm excited for Money in the Bank. Like I say, I got a prediction video for that coming out. Whew. I might do the Money in the Bank prediction video Thursday, because Friday I'm gonna do the SmackDown Rundown and the prediction video. So I'll probably do the prediction video Thursday if the match card is out, or I might just double up and do it Friday, man. I don't mind working, bro. That's why we're here, bro. We're trying to build something. I'm being consistent. I'm trying to hit every show. I'm working, man. Road to 100. Road to 100 subscribers. That's the first milestone. 50 subscribers, really. Road to 50 subscribers, man. It's a grind. It's a marathon. It's a marathon, not a race. So, anyways, thank you all for who watch. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know what it is. Love and prosperity. Motto out.